Hi, my name is Natalie Williams, and this is my video presentation on the Fusiform face area. Imagine being unable to recognize the faces of your friends, your family, or even your own reflection. For most of us, facial recognition feels automatic, but that effortless ability depends on one tiny but powerful brain region, the Fusiform face area, or the FFA. Today I'm going to talk about why the FFA is my favorite brain part, what it does, and how it develops, and what's happening when it's damaged. The fusiform face area is a specialized region located in the fusiform gyrus on the ventral temporal lobe. It's part of the brain's what pathway, the ventral stream involved in object recognition. But what makes the FFA unique is that it is so much more active for faces than for any other kind of object. It doesn't just detect faces, it helps us recognize who we're looking at. The FFA is crucial for configural processing, meaning it looks at the relationships between facial features, like the spacing between your eyes or the shape of your jaw. The fusiform face area is a specialized region located in the fusiform gyrus on the ventral temporal lobe. It's part of the brain's what pathway, the ventral stream involved in object recognition. But what makes the FFA unique is that it is so much more active for faces than for any other kind of object. It doesn't just detect faces, it helps us recognize who we're looking at. The FFA is crucial for configural processing, meaning it looks at the relationships between facial features, like the spacing between your eyes or the shape of your jaw. It's the reason we can recognize someone even if their hair changes, they're wearing glasses, or the lighting is weird. It also supports fast, holistic processing. Our brain reads a whole face at once, not feature by feature. This is why the face feels like a completely different category than recognizing objects. The FFA also activates for expertise in non-face categories. For example, bird experts show FFA activation for birds, and car experts show FFA activation for cars. Experiments show that the FFA can learn new categories. Color perception is also partially involved in the function of the fusiform face area. fMRI studies have shown that there is higher activity in the FFA when subjects were shown a picture of a face in color compared to when they were shown a picture of a face in grayscale. Color perception in the FFA can also help the brain determine emotional states, health cues, and identify differences, all based on skin color. We know that FFA is specific to faces because of studies like the face inversion effect. When subjects are presented with an inverted face, they were much less likely to identify the face than if they were shown any object inverted. This shows that faces and objects are processed differently. There was also a study done in a paper written by Nancy Canwisher that showed when researchers used fMRI, they found a specific cluster that lit up strongly for faces compared to houses, hands, or objects. This study is what officially put FFA on the map. The FFA isn't fully wired at birth. Babies prefer looking at faces, but the FFA specializes more strongly across childhood. Social interactions help shape it. Children who receive less facial exposure show reduced FFA specialization. This makes the FFA a great example of brain areas shaped both by biology and experience. When the FFA malfunctions, a diagnosis could be prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia can be congenital or acquired. People with this disease can see faces, but they cannot recognize identity, which leads them to often rely on cues like voice, hair, or clothing. Some describe it as all faces look like strangers, even ones they see every day. It is estimated that 2 to 3% of the population has some form of prosopagnosia, making it much more common than one might think. Overall, the FFA is my favorite brain part because it shows how the brain can blend biology and experience. It is also a reminder of how deeply social humans are. We are built to recognize one another, which is super cool. This tiny region affects how we can navigate friendships, relationships, danger, trust, and everyday communication. We often take facial recognition for granted, but the FFA is doing incredibly fast, complex work every time we interact with somebody. This is why the FFA is one of my favorite brain parts. Thank you for listening.